So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. So, I made a video, it might have been a week or maybe 2 weeks ago about ICP and how I think the bottom might be in. After that last dip, I'm pretty sure that the bottom definitely is in, unless there's an absolute calamity event within the market, then I think we are staring at a potential bottom. And I think with a lot of people, I see this or hear this all the time on my DMs and on the Telegram and my Patreon, and people seem to, there's nothing wrong with this thought process, I suppose, if people are new to the market, but some people seem to assume that just because something has been somewhere before, it has to go there again. People look at a wick like this and go, well, it's got a lot, you know, if it were to go from here to its all-time high, that's 8,000%. Yeah, that's not normally, you know, the case, and almost certainly isn't going to be the case for pretty much everything. This is why I suppose Bitcoin will always most likely be king. It's because Satoshi charts generally only ever really go down. There's periods where they go up, and they go up fast and furious and significantly, but then they end up going back down again because Bitcoin is the one that holds the value, and altcoins on the most part don't hold their value, right? Especially in a bear market, which I'm sure a lot of you haven't yet seen, you know, in real time. But if you were to go back and look at it from 2017 throughout 2018, you'll get the picture of what altcoins, how they behave versus Bitcoin. Everything goes down, but altcoins go down further. So I'm not saying that this is going to go up 8,000%. I'm looking for between maybe 100 to maybe 400% versus its tether pairing, but I'm mostly looking to trade this versus its Satoshi pairing, to which I'm mostly looking for 100% gain, right, from this current level. So 749 sats, so it's flickering around this level. So we are basically, in my opinion, looking at a bottom, the bottom being where this wick came in, and it's interesting to see because we had this big move up, and I felt like a genius, and then a big crash back down, and I felt like not so much of a genius. However, the good thing about that wick basically proves to us the bullish divergence on the RSI, which is pretty phenomenal, right? We've got a nice big uptick here from the lows to the highs, and we've also got lower lows form on price action, which is good. This is a bullish setup, right? And this is on a daily versus Bitcoin, which means that it's likely to outperform Bitcoin at some point soon, right? So over the next maybe few weeks, over the next couple of months, this will outperform Bitcoin, and that's generally what I'll be looking at. So it's not just this on the Bitcoin pairing. We've got the same read here on the tether pairing, and again, you know, there's not much between it. It is very much a bottom entry, and you can see that the lows forming here and the highs on the lows of the RSI. So basically, the two are very much the same. But the reason I'm most bullish on this is because the Bitcoin pairing looks better than the tether pairing, and all I'm looking to do is outperform Bitcoin in the short term to get myself a 100% gain. So when buying bottoms, you know, this can be, I suppose, a bit of a frustrating event for a lot of people because it doesn't move, and this is, I suppose, the test of anyone who was looking to do some decent trades, right? So I'm not saying that this is going to be the best trade anyone's ever made, and I'm not a financial advisor either, so I'm not suggesting you make this trade. You do what you want to do. This is my trade, and I'm going to add to my position, which is already a pretty sizable position in ICP. So what we look at is we go down to the 4 hourly charts and see how we are in relation to the moving averages, and basically what we seem to be doing is going up and down, up and down, and up and down, and basically meandering. Basically it's an accumulation at a low level, and until this really starts to pick up pace, we've got to think about this area here, this 200 exponential being the major area of resistance. You know, we will be rejected from here until we break out from it, and then we will go to town. We'll have a nice time. We'll have a really good time. In fact, this is what we'd be waiting for ideally. We're not looking for this to suddenly just go way all the way up and hit our sell orders, although that could happen. I think it's unlikely to expect that. We'd be wanting to see signs of strength and building momentum of trend, right? And at the moment, you know, like I say, I have bought what I expect to be the bottom, and we are waiting patiently for the bottom to be proven. Now, if we go down to tether pairing, we see the same kind of read, up to 200 exponential, 4 hourly, a little bit above it, breakdown, and then up to it. So we're actually pushing that level now on its tether pairing. So the tether pairing looks stronger than the Bitcoin pairing, although the coil, the spring on the RSI is much more prominent on the Bitcoin pairing. So we've got two aspects of this chart basically showing that we're going to likely make a reversal some point soon, maybe even today, and the trend will begin when we break above here and we use the 4 hourly chart and the 200 exponential as a springboard, and then we start to make positive crosses, right? So this obviously has happened over here. We broke out from it, we did retest it, and then came smashing back down. We came above it just recently, came crashing back down. So it's not the be all and end all, and this is why I always like to look at dailies, and I consider sort of 4 hourlies just to be, you know, I suppose just a small insight, but dailies and weekly charts are the ones which are most relevant. And unfortunately for ICP, it's quite a new token really, so the weekly is not the most relevant thing to look at. But we'll look at it anyway, just for fun. But it's a real mess because of the way that it started, and it's very difficult to see any sort of clues in this because of this. Well, I suppose, like I say, you know, this stupid death wick which it incurred. But what we do see here on the tether pairing is that we are slowly but surely reclaiming this, which is the 7 simple moving average. Alright, we've been below moving averages for a very long time now, and this is the first time that we've crept above it, and we haven't yet closed above it. We've got the center of the Bollinger Band here around about $50, and the 21 exponential at $60. Again, this is all weekly, so we'll see how long it takes for us to reclaim these. Once we start to get above these, then this is the clues. These are the little telltale signs that a larger reversal is going to take place. But at the moment, we're simply looking at an actual bottom. If we go down to the Bitcoin pairing on the weekly, our moving averages, we are still below all of them. Absolutely all of them, which again isn't the best looking thing you've ever seen. RSI has basically been oversold since the since the beginning of the RSI's existence on the weekly. So the weekly is not the most useful, but the daily is definitely bullish, and the 4 hourly is showing potential signs of a reversal. So I'm very much interested in exploring the capacity of ICP. I don't see a problem with my trade here. I'm quite confident that this is going to be a bottom entry. Although, you know, for those of you that like the Shiba Inu moves, or the ridiculous moves on Kucoin, I don't think we're going to see anything quite like that with this. Again, I'm just looking to do a 100% versus my versus Sats, right? So just 100% gain for Sats. So I'm going to turn my Bitcoin into twice as much Bitcoin with this single trade. So anyway, just an update on ICP. Looking pretty good in my opinion. It is a bottom, so be prepared to wait it out. But I hope you have a nice day. Join the Telegram, it's free, and the Patreon if you want to do live streams with us. We look at all the different altcoins twice a week, on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. And yeah, take it easy.